What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. We're back in the OR, back to work after a great Daytona trip. Guys, if you haven't seen that video, guys, I'll link it at the end of this video. But what are we working on? We're working on a 2023 Road Glide 3. You've seen it here before when we did the handlebars. Now, sort of made it a little bit uglier. I removed the trunk part, and it's 6 bolts in the trunk. You got one on this side, one over here, and then the 4 on the bottom, and then you have one on each side underneath the side covers, and one plug right here which removes the electrical for the taillights. So what are we doing? Well, we're replacing these shocks with some suspension technologies, and we're removing and replacing the Reinhardts with some tap performance. And it was much easier to just go ahead and remove that whole back section so we could do what we got to do. So to remove these shocks, I'm looking at it. You know, you got a top bolt here, a bottom bolt down here on both sides. They go to the adjuster here, and I'm gonna have to remove this as well. Let me take a look, see what we got. Oh, yep, just a couple of, I can point them out to you. Right there, a couple of nuts, and that whole thing comes out. We'll slide it out through here, remove each shock, and away you go. So let me get at it. Let's make this happen, and we'll show you when we're done. All right, guys, we're done with the suspension and the mufflers. Now, I learned a few things here. First time doing rear suspension on a trike. I thought at first you have to remove 1, 2, and then 3, right there, to get this plate off to get to this bolt. But what I found out is when you jack up the, take the top bolt out on both sides, you jack it up, you'll get the clearance in here to remove this bolt. So just want to save you a little bit of work to get that done. It's also much easier with the trunk off of it to get to the top bolts here for your mufflers. So if you're going to do your mufflers, it's a lot easier to just remove it and keep driving forward. But now we got to put the back half on, and we'll show you that. I'll get Camera Girl in here to handle that, and plug it all in, clear a code because the trunk was off when I started it. So let's get to it. So when you take your trunk off, you want to put it someplace safe and secure. We tried it 90 degrees on the table. I wasn't too comfortable with it there, so we spun it so it's going the length of the table, and it's protected, and it's nice and safe, because the last thing you want is this thing to fall, because I'm sure it could be quite expensive. But this guy's got some nice grab rails here, got the nice luggage rack on the back. Really, he's done a nice job with his Road Glide 3, and I love it. Makes me want to get one. All right, so to mount this, you got these 2 bolts here, one on each side, so you might have to play around to line things up. Because you just don't want to force things. So we'll go down the other side, and I'm starting all of the bolts. There's 6 inside the trunk, and then 2 on the outside underneath your side covers. So I want to get them all started before I start tightening them up. This way, nothing's going to be cross-threaded. Now we'll go inside of the trunk, and if you're curious, those Allens are 1/4, and all the bolts inside the trunk are 1/2 inch. And one's right there. This one goes here. and then the 4 down here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and these are a 1/2-inch socket, which I have to get. It's right here. All right. Ah. Make sure they're all started by hand. This way, they'll just all zap right in. And then always, when you're done, put a ratchet on it, make sure they're nice and tight. Now, we're done inside the trunk. Let's tighten up the sides. One there. And one over there. Now, the last thing you want to do is reconnect your rear tail light sections, which is this white plug right here, and we're done. It's that simple, guys. If you ever want to take the trunk section off of your Road Glide 3 or your freewheeler, it's the same thing. So now you know how to do it. Now you know how to change your shocks. All right, everybody, till the next one. You live the best life you can. Ride often and ride hard.
Like and subscribe.